You are looking at the most powerful invention in the world right now. In fact, if you're watching this, you're probably using it right now. It is your phone. When was the last time you went outside without your phone? Can you remember the last time you went an entire day without checking your phone? For many of us, that would be extremely difficult to do because we rely on our phones for almost everything. We use them for work, for social media, for entertainment, communication, maps, and so much more. They have become so deeply ingrained into our lives that it would be difficult for us to go about our daily routines without one. But what if I told you that these phones were actually killing us? This is a serious topic that has been swept under the rug for far too long. And once you hear all of the facts, you will never look at your phone the same way again. So let's get started. Number 1, your brain on social media. There are numerous studies that show how social media is affecting our brains. One of the main ways that social media affects our brains is through the reward system. Our brain has a reward system that is triggered when we do something that is pleasurable. This system releases dopamine, which is a feel-good chemical in our brain. When we use social media, we are constantly being rewarded with likes, comments, and followers. This causes our brains to release dopamine every time we check our phone, which makes us feel good. But over time, our brains become accustomed to this, and we need more and more social media to get the same high. This is why we spend more and more time on social media every day. Another way that social media affects our brains is by triggering our fear of missing out. We are constantly bombarded with images of people having fun and living their best lives on social media. This causes us to feel like we are missing out on something if we are not on social media all the time. FOMO can cause us to feel anxious or stressed, which can lead to us spending more and more time on social media in an attempt to ease that feeling. Finally, social media also affects our brains by triggering our need for validation. When we post something on social media, we are putting ourselves out there for other people to see. We want other people to like and validate our posts because that makes us feel good about ourselves. This need for validation can cause us to spend more and more time on social media trying to get the perfect picture or the perfect caption to get the most likes possible. Number 2, the rise of depression and suicide. Now that we know how social media is affecting our brains, it's important to understand how this is leading to depression and suicide. Like we mentioned earlier, social media affects our brain's reward system, which leads to us needing more and more social media to feel good. This is called addiction. And just like any other addiction, it can lead to negative consequences such as depression. A study published in the Journal of Affective Disorders found that people who spent more time on social media were more likely to suffer from depression. Another study published in the British Journal of Psychiatry found that people who used social media more frequently were more likely to attempt suicide. These studies show that social media addiction can lead to some serious mental health problems. It's also important to remember that social media can trigger our need for validation. When we're constantly comparing ourselves to other people on social media, it can lead us to feel inadequate or worthless. This can be especially true if we're going through a difficult time in our lives. If we're already feeling down, social media can make things worse. That's why it's important to be aware of the signs of social media addiction and to seek help if we or someone we know is struggling. Number 3, cyberbullying. Another way that social media is killing us is through cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is bullying that takes place over digital platforms such as social media. It can take many forms, such as mean comments, nasty DMs, or even just posting embarrassing pictures or videos without someone's consent. Cyberbullying is a serious issue that can have a devastating impact on its victims. One study found that 42% of teens have been bullied online. Another study found that 30% of teens have been bullied more than once. Cyberbullying can have a serious impact on a person's mental health. It can lead to anxiety, depression, and even suicidal thoughts. In extreme cases, cyberbullying can even lead to someone taking their own life. One way that social media sites could help prevent cyberbullying is by doing a better job of moderating content. There are already some measures in place, but they clearly aren't enough. We need to do more to protect our users from harmful content. Another thing that can be done is to educate young people about cyberbullying and how to stay safe online. We need to teach them how to be good digital citizens and treat others with respect online. Number 4, the decline of face-to-face interaction. Another way that social media is killing us is by causing us to interact less face-to-face. As we spend more and more time on social media, we are losing our ability to interact with other people in person. We are becoming a society of zombies who are glued to our screens. This lack of human interaction is leading to a number of negative consequences. One study found that people who spend more time on social media are more likely to report feeling lonely. Another study found that people who spend more time on social media are more likely to have decreased empathy. We are losing our ability to connect with other people on a deep level. This is ultimately leading to us being less happy and more disconnected from each other. If you notice that you're spending more time on social media and less time interacting with other people in person, it's time to make a change. Put your phone down and go for a walk. Talk to a friend or family member. Make plans with some friends and go out for dinner. Do something that doesn't involve a screen. Number 5, an increase in self-harm. We should also mention the link between social media and self-harm. One study published in the journal Clinical Psychology Review found that people who use social media more frequently are more likely to engage in self-harm behavior. The researchers believe that this is due to several factors, including the need for validation, the fear of missing out, and the unrealistic beauty standards that are often portrayed on social media. Another study published in the journal Personality and Individual Differences found that social media use is positively correlated with body dissatisfaction and negative affect. This means that people who use social media more frequently are more likely to be unhappy with their bodies and how they look. This can lead to unhealthy behaviors such as dieting, overexercising, or even self-starvation. If you or someone you know is struggling with self-harm, please reach out for help. There are resources available and people who want to help. You can find more information below. Number 6, the erosion of privacy. Finally, we should talk about how social media is eroding our privacy. When we sign up for a social media account, we give up a lot of personal information. This includes our name, our age, our location, and even our sexual orientation. Social media companies are able to use this information to track us and target us with ads. But it's not just the information that we willingly give up. Social media companies are also able to collect data on everything we do on their platforms. This includes the friends we message, the pages we like, and even the videos we watch. This information is then used to create a detailed profile of us so that advertisers can target us with ads based on our interests. In addition to tracking us and targeting us with ads, social media companies are also able to sell our data to third parties. This means that our personal information could be shared with other companies, who could then contact us with marketing materials or even spam. Our privacy is being eroded, and we need to do something to protect ourselves. So what can we do to protect ourselves? Well, for starters, we need to be more aware of the information that we're sharing online. Before you post something on social media, ask yourself, do I really want to share this with the whole world? If the answer is no, then don't share it. You can also take steps to protect your privacy on social media. Most platforms have privacy settings that you can use to control who can see your posts and information. Be sure to take advantage of these settings. We also need to be aware of the information that social media companies are collecting about us. You can find out what information they have collected by contacting them directly. Once you have this information, you can request that it be deleted. As you can see, social media is having a negative impact on our society. It is contributing to addiction, depression, cyberbullying, self-harm, and the erosion of privacy. But the good news is that there are things that we can do to protect ourselves and our loved ones. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe so you won't miss out on future updates.